Hello, guys. So today we're going to do another Valentine set. These are the nails we're going to do. Okay. Uh, I think I last did a live stream last week on Friday, right? So it's really is it Friday or Sunday? Because it's been really long. And as usual, we're going to use the coffee nails. And let me see the nail size. Let's do. We've been working with six a lot, right? Let's try and do five. But wait, no, let's not do zero. My throat is itching, guys. I don't know why. Actually, no, let's make two. No, not eight today. What do you think? We'll work with three a lot. Let's do five. We're doing four nails. Welcome to the live stream. For all your nail related content, you can drop your comments in the chat room. We're using size 5, so and we're using 4 of them because the fifth design for this particular nail art we're trying to do it. I think you can do it in any way. I just wanted to show you 4 designs on it. So if you're like doing those designs for a customer, you can be able to readjust them in the best way they fit for you. Okay. Welcome to the live stream. So I've not decided colors for it, though I wanted to do like more of a nude or green. I use sticky notes, okay, a lot for most of my nail work, so you don't expect something more. But yeah, these are the designs we're going to work. It's a Valentine set, and we're going to have it. The base color is going to be nude. Okay, we're using this nude. This is the this is the brand, and the shade number is 9, and we're going to have these colors. The deep French is going to be black. All these other designs are going to be black. I want us to use the CX Beauty. Okay, and the shade number is 241, and this is the acrylic remover that I use for most of my nail arts. We're going to matte the whole design. This is the matte gel we're using. It's from Roniki, and there's nothing else on it. Then the base is from Uvel, and I think it's just base code BC01. I think you can see the shade number. And my nail stands, this is the brand. It's GND G. Mm. I don't know why I threw the piece, but let me first check it down here, because we need to do all the designs at once. Raj YouTube has said, do you support Trump? Who is Trump? Who is that? Raj, welcome to the live stream. Who is called Trump? Zara has said, hello everyone. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Guys, the nails I'm using it's size 5, okay? So why all of them they're the same size and everything. My siblings are making a lot of noise. They're playing outside just next to my room. Hello Maria, welcome to the live stream. So we're going to cure this. I'm fine, and you? How is home? How is everyone? Guys, please like the live stream. Like it, okay? Give me the likes, the subscriptions. Yeah, do everything. And I do go live a lot, so you wouldn't be able to miss any of my live streams if you subscribe. How is the weather in New York? So guys, I've decided to start doing more live streams at this time because if I check my analytics, it mainly caters to people whose time zone with mine is like 6 hours or 7 or 8 or even up to 10 apart. So I tend to do most of my live streams nowadays from 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. up to like whatever time it is, because at least it gives them that gap to be able to get me live other than having to watch the whole thing. Guys. Yes, guys, please do like the live stream. I do a lot of nail art here, so and moreover, simple ones, not very complicated things that are simple for any beginner nail tech to learn. Oh my god, it's freezing. Oh god, sorry about that. For us, it's extremely hot, honestly. Like, it's very hot. So they have cured. We're going to apply the base color, which is the nude. Welcome to the live stream, guys. Give me the likes and the subscriptions. So we're going to give this a cure. Meanwhile, I'm having supper, guys, and I just didn't feel like eating something much. I'm eating some chapati. If you've ever heard about the Ugandan street food, at least you know this. It's called chapati. Let me remove it from the wraps. You've seen this? Yeah, it's called chapati. So I'm having some while doing this live stream. You can as well join me in it. I mean, one is enough because it's extremely heavy. Then the drink. Just wanted some soda, honestly. Today I feel like some soda. So I'll be eating as I wait for the meals. Like this thing is extremely large. So this is it. Let me tell you about chapati. It's more of like an East African food, but I think the people who eat it the most are generally people who are from Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and some bits of Zambia. But the main consumers of it are generally Ugandans, actually Rwandese too. I'd forgotten them. Rwandese, Ugandans, Kenyans, and Tanzanians. They eat it a lot. Now, there are variations to it. The general chapati is made the same way, like all of us make it the same way. But now, for us Ugandans, we have something called Rolex. Literally, it's like rolled eggs, but we just cut it short and we call it Rolex. So there are times we find like white tourists. When I say white, I generally mean Europe and purely American. You know those white tourists that come a lot. Most of them come for the national parks and all of that. They're coming for that. Sometimes business even. Yeah. So when they want to try the street food here, the first they want to try is the Rolex. Now this is like something which is like you make the chapati the way it is, how big it is. Then the Rolex is made from the chapati and the eggs. But this how the eggs are made. You have to make the eggs more of like omelette, not this other omelette which has the egg yolk. That yellow part is not cooked. No, we don't do that. Actually, people don't eat raw eggs here, but there are people who do. Yeah, there are those who do. I'm happy for them, but I really don't see myself eating half cooked eggs. That's not my thing. But yeah, so you cook the eggs, and there are like two variations to the egg preparation. Mm. There's one called nyanyambisi. Actually, that's the most loved here. The nyanyambisi is the most loved. Meanwhile, let me be doing the French. Yeah, the nyanyambisi is the most loved, and this is how it's made. After you've made a chapati, you fry the eggs. After frying the eggs aside, you're going to cut onions, tomatoes. You slice them the way like you could make for salad, and some people do put green pepper, others don't. Just a little bit of it. Then cabbages, not coleslaw, but cabbages raw the way they are. Then you add it onto it and you roll it together. Oh my god. That is one of the best street foods you can find. That is the original nyanyambisi. But now, as time grew by, people began doing more variations to how it's supposed to look. They began adding extra things. Um, in my neighborhood here, most people would like mix mayo and mayonnaise. And of course, the mayonnaise most people love here is American Garden. Most people love it here more than any other brand of mayonnaise. Though I do like the eggless Zesta. Zesta is like a brand I would support any day. So, like, they mix some mayo and some tomato sauce, or ketchup, and they drizzle some of it on that mixture of the tomatoes, onions, and cabbages. But before you do that, you have to, like, after you've laid the chapati down, then you put the eggs on top of it. That's when you drizzle some bit of the tomato sauce and the mayonnaise. Yeah, you drizzle some of it. Then you add the rest of the things and you roll it all together. I don't know if tomorrow the person I usually buy mine from would allow me to stream it where he makes it. I think I'll stream it for you guys, like live. Then there's also another bit of the Rolex which is made like the eggs the instead of you having to put every other thing raw. When you're going to fry the eggs, you add the tomatoes, the onions, and the cabbages. You add some of it. Of course, you have to put salt. Don't forget that. Yeah, you have to put salt or black pepper into it. But of course, black pepper, you find it in the bougie ones. People like us wouldn't be having black pepper in theirs. I'm not a bougie person, but yeah, you can add some of the black pepper into it. Then, mm, then you can also you add all of that into the eggs. Then you fry it. After you fried it, ah, you like you fry it for like a minute or two. Oh, this I've picked so much. So like they'll put that egg together, and voila, you have a very good street food. But we really have a lot of street foods. Like there's just so much. Then we also have one which is for chicken, like roasted chicken by the roadside. I don't know. Every time I'm going on a safari or like a long time journey, the money I'm saving up is just to buy that roadside chicken. I really I love that thing. I love it so much. Like the aroma, the spices, like it's just so nice. That's another street food we have here. Um, which is ours also, which defines us as a country, is bananas. Let me tell you the type of banana. We call it matoke, but it's like green bananas. You know, bananas that never get ready. Like if they get ready, they're not going to be sweet. You get it? Can you understand that? Like they're green bananas, and you eat them when they're green. You don't eat them when they're ripe. That type of bananas. Not plantain. Don't confuse it with plantain. Plantain is kind of very different thing from that. Actually, most people here don't eat plantain. Like, okay, they do, but it's not like very much. It's not something that we eat a lot. It's generally West Africans that in my country that would buy plantain, and they buy it in very large quantities even. So yeah. Then we it's roasted by the roadside, but most people eat it with chicken, the roasted chicken, or sometimes with liver, and we call it like nyama choma. Nyama choma is like muchomo, which Kenyans call it muchomo. Tanzanians, Kenyans, they call it muchomo. For us, we call it nyama choma, which is also, I think also Rwandese do call it like that. If there's any Rwandese watching, I think you can still tell us. They also call it like that, the same way with us. And I also think Zambians too. Yeah. It's like meat roasted by the roadside. And some people also roast sausages too. That's also another street food that a lot of people eat here. Then also there's, of course, there's pork, but it's done in a very different way, which I, which and it's sold in buckets. They don't sell that one like one piece. No, they don't do that. That one is, most times they sell it in buckets, and it's quite expensive. And it's not something I really would be buying because I can't afford it. Yeah, that pork, I really can't be affording it. But then also another another street food that is quite well loved. But this one is loved by generally people from the northwest, and some people from the west. It's called nyang nyang. It's like some type of fish that we have, and you only find it in the Nile. Actually, it doesn't have an English name because it's a species that is really preserved only in the Nile countries. And if you're to check along the Nile, that is Uganda, South Sudan, Egypt, I think it's only in Uganda. That fish is only found in Uganda. It's kind of a bit short like this. Let me tell you. Actually, much as I complain that the north is extremely hot, but every time I take a bus to go to the north, people, what's in my mind is that fish. Guys, that thing slaps. Any, it can slap with chapati, it can slap with rice, it slaps with everything. It's very nice. Like I just love it so much. Yeah. I like we also have it as part of our northern foods, northern street foods. Then we'll another street food that we have. I don't think I'll call it street food, but let me give it a try. Um, there's some specific type of simsim that they make, which they sell on the roads. You can find it's made into some circles and wrapped with caveras, and it's sold on highways. So when you're on a trip, you're going to buy it, and it's very nice. I mean, I love the way the women make it. It's really so nice. And they just got it a little bit of sugar or caramel, and it's always a very nice thing that I love eating each time I'm traveling. Let me check another street food. Okay, the ones that I'm mentioning are the ones which are kind of unique that you wouldn't find somewhere else aside our country. Eh? That's why I'm focusing on them. Guys, this is the V. Let's give it a cure. Then we work on these others. So basically, like, I just wanted to share with you, like, the ones which are specifically ours. You couldn't be able to find it somewhere else. Maybe eating my chapati. There's one called Morgo. Okay, it's called Morgo. Morgo is like, cassava, the cassava that you can eat. Of course, there are two types of cassava we have here. There's the bitter one, then there's the sweet one. The sweet one, most people eat it raw. Then the bitter one is only eaten after you have dried it and grinded it into flour and you cook it, like to make kalo. We call it kalo. We call it inyasha. It's like cassava bread. You get it. And actually, that bitter one, never eat it raw. Okay, if you eat it raw, you may never make it alive. Honestly, you may never. Sometimes you can. The only few people who survive it, but chances of you not making it are extremely high. So I wouldn't advise anyone to try it just for the sake of trying out something. So that cassava is like, it's like they make how can I call it, that sweet one, it's roasted, like they roast it. They don't, some people cook it, they cook it, but that cooking version of it is usually done for home consumption. But I'm talking now street. If it's also street food, it's the sweet one, it's roasted. Some people roast it, and then, or some people pre-boil it a little, then they deep fry it. But when they're deep frying it, they put some, you know how you can want to make crunchy chicken, yeah, like that. But we don't use all of that breadcrumb parts. Do we even have breadcrumb here? I don't know. But yeah, the eggs only. Some people do that. So some people add like the breadcrumb, they add like the egg coating onto it and make it kind of crunchy. And honestly speaking, it's something very nice. I love it so much. For all my trips, that's something I also don't like missing. And for this cassava, you can eat it with anything. Like you can eat it with meat. Of course, the meat, when I say the meat, I'm meaning the roadside meat. This other meat that is made from home with a lot of all of those spices from home, it doesn't slap well in the road. So most people generally eat. Let that liqueur. Then we also do the other extra one. But as we wait for it, I think we can be doing hearts here on one of his nails. Now that I've given you guys street foods that define us as a country, not the ones that you can find in another part of the country. Of course, there are lots of street foods here, but those ones specifically, you can't find them somewhere else. They're only here. Now, mm, another one. Now, let me talk about some drinks. We have one called Ukwezul. Ukwezul, I mean, it's like made from tamarind. I think everyone here is familiar with tamarind, right? Yeah, it's made from tamarind. And of course, I know, I'm aware of that. There are two types of tamarind. There's the bitter one, then there's the sweeter one. But both, yeah. Um, then the other one we call omunyanyasi. It's like made from pineapples because nyanyasi is like pineapples. And I think the word nyanyasi comes from it's kind of something with some Portuguese word. Because I remember my great grandfather was able to meet him alive as a kid, and he would tell us that when the white man came here, for us, the people who came here mainly were traders. And actually, I think that's part of the reasons why you rarely find an American who is trying to maybe get an ancestry test claim that they have something to do with East Africa. No, we had generally the Portuguese. It was the Portuguese and Arabs. Of course, the British came later on, and the Germans coming to Tanzania after some time. But yeah, and there were of course a lot of words that the Portuguese brought down here, and one of them was that even the gomesi, which has literally become our traditional wear, is like a Portuguese introduced thing. It was kind of introduced by a Portuguese tailor, and it was more of like something for the royals. It was worn by the royals when he first introduced it. And we have a school here called Gayaza Girls High School. It's those days it used to be a school where they were training the queens for the kings around the country. Like it was, how can I say it? I think right now Europe calls it like some kind, is it finishing school? Something like that, where like the elite society takes its girls to be trained, mannerism, elegance, all of that. Yeah, etiquette. Yeah, Gayaza was at first a school like that. And they were, of course, instilling in like some forms of creativity, cooking, all of that, in the girls. So it was like the person who introduced it was more like a Portuguese tailor who had to come to Uganda to do it. But yeah, we have a lot of words, even the papaya, which is like to mean purpose. But like most of the words, we have a lot of words which are Portuguese also, which have kind of an origin. They might not be the exact word, but they have a lot of origins with the Portuguese language. So, omnyanyasi is like a drink made from pineapple covers, like the peelings, pineapples, the peelings, not the real pineapple inside. Yeah, that's something you literally will not. And the way we make it is kind of different from every other country. I know with time, many countries now have their own variation of the unyanyasi, but we don't do it they don't do it the same way we did ours. Then we also have one called kwete, and it's literally like fermented maize corn. You get it, like the maize itself, the one that has fermented. Yeah, they make some drink out of it, and a lot of people take it a lot. Yes, I know it's kind of more of like alcoholic. Even omnyanyas is like alcoholic, but still, it's like a lot of drivers love it so much. So many people take it. Then we have one called bushera. Of course, in when I call it bushera, I'm calling it in the Western language. Most people call it that. The for us, we will call it anaidi. Anaidi is like made from sorghum, not sorghum, actually millet. Oh God, I'm not confusing sorghum and millet. Sorghum is the small one. It's eaten as food, and millet is taken as porridge by many people here. So yeah, that's also another one. It's called bushera. It's made from millet. It's like um, but of course there are different versions of it because some people would rather have theirs in a way that it's so how can I put this in English without me speaking some Lunyankole for you people instead. Um, it's made like how you put the flour and then you add some cold water just to mix it a little, and you add warm water. When you add warm water, you are making it as porridge. When you add the cold water without anything, then just sugar, because some people take it with sugar, other people don't like sugar. But yeah, you can add sugar into it, then you make it as a drink. You get it? Bushera. A lot of people like it so much when they're traveling. But of course, if you're someone whose stomach is still trying to get into new food, don't try it, okay? If you ever make your way here, do not try it. Before you try it, constipation will attack. I don't want you to be a victim. Then there's also one we called mutunda. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say every country has this. Yeah, it's made from passion fruit, but now this is the twist for us. Instead of it fully being like passion fruit, they add some bit of it's either tamarind or some people add the bark of lemon trees. It's kind of bitter. It's really a very bitter drink. That's also another drink that a lot of people use, and most times you find people take it when they like traveling long distances. Especially, there are these people who pour out when they're traveling. I don't want to use the word direct, but they pour out when they're traveling long distances because their stomach is not used to the vibrations and all of that. Yeah. So it's like given for those type of people to calm the nerves down when they're traveling. Never mind about the sirens. I live by a highway, so expect a lot. Mm, yeah, I'm going to dot, put some dots. Mm, 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 mm. I'm using the lower bit, but I know how to make sure that some of the dots vary from the others, so don't worry on that. You can see it here. Let me first draw it. Remember someone last time requested that I make a video talking about my country, okay? I think I'll just use live streams to tell you more about the type of country I live in. Now, another cultural shock that a lot of people who are like traveling from Western countries always have whenever they come here is that when we say taxis, they can't even imagine when we say taxis because our taxes here are not the taxes that they know in their countries. Now, this is it. In my country, when you're having a taxi, huh, it's like a minivan that carries, let me first count, behind three. Mm, Yeah, it's supposed to carry, it's designed to carry 15 people, but it carries sometimes 17 people. Now, the taxis are generally used by the poor. When I say the poor, those who cannot afford that good quality transport. I use taxis every day to go to work, to come back home. We have Uber, but it's quite expensive. I know for my class. Now, let me tell you the prices. Mm. A taxi from where I stay to the town center is only 2,000. And when I say 2,000, let's change to US dollars because one US dollar is equal to 3,800 Ugandan shillings. I think that was yesterday. I don't know what the rate is today. That means that's like am I right? Ah, that's even a taxi. That horning, it's a taxi. That's like how many? Approximately 70 cents. You get it? Like approximately 70 cents. Not the whole dollar thing, because that's not even $1. But it's very expensive for some of us here. Because the dollar rates are kind of very high quality compared to our currency. So let's not get into that economics. Yeah, a taxi is that much. Now, an Uber from where I stay to the town center, which is the city center, it can be 70,000. Do I have a calculator here? No. Let the mathematicians do. 70,000. Isn't that like, how many dollars would that be? 70 divided by 3. That's an approximation of 2. It's like $27 there. That's how much an Uber can be here, where I stay from where I stay to town. So when 70,000 for someone like me, I can use that as my, I can use that to feed myself for the whole week, honestly. So I can't be taking an Uber unless I'm going for maybe a party, or I want to go to a fancy restaurant today, or I want to go out and party, or if I've gone somewhere and it's like past 10 p.m. 10 p.m. is very risky here for you to be loitering outside anyhow. For a woman, it's really very risky. For a man, he can, but for a woman, that is beyond risky. Don't even risk taking that taxi at that time. Just order for that Uber. Accept your fate that you're going to use all this money to pay for the Uber, but pay for it. I mean, safety is very, very much important. And we have trains because I personally do work with the trains. Yeah, we do have trains, but the trains, we don't have rails that reach up to my side, so there's no train coming to my side. Trains are literally in the southern part of the country, and some bits of the east and the north, the west we don't have. So I don't use trains. I use these other forms of public transport instead. Of course, yeah, you would use planes, but I feel like going to the airport every day, getting tickets and all of that. No, I don't have that energy. So yeah, the I don't have that energy and I don't have the money. Yeah, two things. So most people here use their taxis, and that's how the taxis are. Now there's a lot of commotion in the taxis and the language barrier. If you don't speak the language on ground, instead of you being charged 2K, you know how much they'll charge you? 5K. That's like 1.8 US dollars. Of course, it's just $1 plus some cents, yeah. But that's a lot of money here, like very much a lot. Yeah. So if you don't know the language, you're going to struggle a lot. Even if you don't know the language, at least know how to bargain in the language. Actually, that's one thing I always have. I know how to greet in literally in more than like 30 languages. I can greet people in more than 30 languages. Very rightfully. I can greet people and I can bargain money in those languages all. But when it comes to speaking other things, I'm not that good. That's the reason why sometimes you find someone here coming to the comments and speaking in Russian and I answer them in Russian because I've been there with my mom some time back, so I can do some little Russian. And I think that's the only European language I can kind of speak. Some. Even French, yeah. But then, yeah, you have to know the languages. It's a must when you're going somewhere. Know how to bargain and know how to greet people. Those two things are enough. If you know how to bargain money in a language, that is it. Because it serves you a lot, especially in in African countries. They will cheat you. They will cheat you with transport. They will cheat you if you don't know the languages. Then oh, we're still coming back to our nail here. Then also another another form of transport that people use a lot. They're called border borders. You see, started like a weird word from Uganda. It's even made it to the Oxford Dictionary. Wow! So congratulations to my country. But but yeah, the border borders. Now from using the word border borders, we've also left it for the rest of the world. Now we call them border bees. Others call them judges. Yeah, judges like from Bajaj, because most of the border borders, they the motorcycle brands they use are the Bajaj. I think it's an Indian brand, Indian or Pakistani, one of them. Yeah, most people have that. Now you see those guys, they're everything wrong with travel. In fact, if you don't know patience, those guys will make you learn to have patience in this country. First of all, they ride like there's no tomorrow. You get it? They ride like there's no tomorrow. That's the first thing about them that I don't like. And secondly, they overspeed. If you're someone who is so keen about how you move on road, you don't want to over rush, you want to take your time, you believe in the, oh, we can go, but you can still reach. That's not the form of transport for you here in this country. Don't even risk it. Have you ever seen a border riding so close to a trailer in traffic? Yeah, that's how they are. And we don't have that good road use where they say, oh, pedestrians here. Of course, pedestrians always know their lane, like pedestrians here, the borders, then the smaller cars, and those heavy trucks. We don't have this thing of like, oh, this road has to be only used by trucks alone, or this one has to be used by passenger cars. No, we don't have that here. Everyone go and fight on the road for space and travel. And that has really been something very, very bad. Like a lot of people die, millions of people die every year because of that. But I mean, what do you expect from an African government, honestly? So yeah, we have that also a lot. That the borders are so annoying, and they compete with big trucks. So literally every day you're hearing of, oh, so and so died on this highway. Especially I live by a highway, and that place is always scary. I don't even like going the other side of the gate to go and see what's happening on the main road because there's a lot happening. Um, Also, another form of public transport that a lot of people are using is what? The tricycles, which I think Nigerians call it the kekes. Let's first keyword this. Nigerians call them kekes. Yeah, we also have that a lot. But actually, I think that's the only form of transport that I can really say is really respectful of road use. They are not like these others. Like my country, we don't have animals, like animal transport use or all of that. We don't have it. But I think the countries, like the coastal people of Zanzibar, I think it's either donkeys or camels. They have some of that, but we don't have it, so I can't speak for them. remember someone asking me if like each time they apply their matte, the colors deteriorate, like the outlines. I think you can use a wipe and a very good alcohol to wipe the surface first before you do that. Because that's also what I do when I'm working on a customer. But these are just nails for my live stream, so I really wouldn't mind much about how they are. But then you also have to make sure you really cure your nails for a very good time. That's just something I'm trying to get off. So this makes our what? A Valentine. Hello there watching. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. You can drop all your nail related questions in the live chat room so that I can answer you. They're almost done curing, just some few seconds. Then I show it to you. So you can see the beauty in the creation. I first arrange them, then I give a very good focus. Mm. Have you seen how nice they are? This is nude with black and with matte. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the live stream. Yeah, and I talked a lot to the screen, but I might be going live again tomorrow, same time, so make sure to check it out. But for now, thank you all, and I wish you a great day. Good night.